Hey, welcome back to my channel. My dear students, today I am going to teach you The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. The Lost Child is this short story written by Mulk Raj Anand. Mulk Raj Anand. Okay, so this short story is now included in the syllabus of NCERT class 9. Let's have a discuss. Those who are the first time watching my video, kindly to subscribe the channel and go to the NCERT folder. You will find out all the text. Okay. The Lost Child. In this story, we will find out the story of a child who was going to the fair for the first time in his life, maybe, and he was enjoying the village fair, being attracted by different types of the things. He was lagged behind. Okay, the child goes to the fair with his parents. He is happy and excited and wants the sweets and toys displayed there. Different types of the sweets and different type of the toys were being displayed in the roads, on the shops, on the way where they were going to the fair. He was so much attracted by these things that he was lagging behind, and his parents were calling him to come forward. Okay, so now I'm starting the text. It was a festival of spring. So here we come to know that there is a festival during the spring season. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a galley-clad humanity. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes, narrow means opposite of broad, I mean, which is heavy, not too much expansion, and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Humanity means population, people. They were very happy. They were enjoying. They were going to enjoy the fair, full of excitement. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. So there was different types of their mode of transport. Like someone walked, some rode on the horsebacks, and others were being carried on the bamboo and bullock carts. Okay, so this was the medium through which they were going. This was the system of transportation system or transportation medium of them to go to the fair. It means that everyone were very eager and excited to go to the fair. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. One little boy. He was very enthusiastic. He was very excited, and he was running through the legs between his father's legs. It means that he was running forward. So this is the picture of the fair, and this is the picture of this little boy and father and his mother. Okay, next page. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind. Being attracted by the fascinating toys in the shops that lined way, the boy was lagging behind. Then his parents called him, come, child, come, come, forward. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call. Then, when his parents called him, he started to run to reach to his parent, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. Yet, he was so much interested to have all the toys that he was lingering, he was looking back the toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. He knew that his parents will not buy the gift, buy the toy for him. Actually, his parents belong to the very poor family. That is why they don't have enough type of money to spend in the fair. Though they were willing to buy something, yet they were bound because of their financial stringency. I want that toy, he pleaded. The boy requested his parents, please give me that toy, I want that toy. His father looked at him red-eyed. Then his father showed him temper. And no, tyrant's way. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender and giving him her finger to hold, said, look, child, what is before you? Mother is very sympathetic to the boy, but she had nothing to do. She doesn't have any type of money to buy the gift, buy the toy for the little boy. So she requested or He told the boy to come forward. He said, there is something special to look forward. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting pot. The color of the mustard field is like the melting pot. Okay. Because of these flowers, it is yellowish in color as it swept across miles and miles of even land. So there is miles of miles expansion spread of this mustard field full of the yellow flowers. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings. A group of dragonflies. It's a type of big insect. They were flying with their purple wings. The color of their wings are purple. Intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. There were other insects like the black bee and butterflies also. They were collecting the honey. Sweetness here means honey from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. The boy was very much attracted to the beauty of these insects. As a result, he was looking at the insects till one of them would steal its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it, but it would go fluttering. Suddenly, one of the dragonflies came and sat the finger on the hand of this little boy. The boy wanted to catch the uh, dragonfly, but it fluttered and flew away into the air. When he had almost caught it in his hands, then his mother gave a cautionary call. Then the boy again tried to catch the dragonfly. When he is going to be successful, he is going to be going to catch the dragonfly. Suddenly, his mother called him, "Come, child, come on the footpath." So the boy was lagging behind his parents. Then his mother called him, "Come, child, come, because we are going to the footpath. We are entering into the footpath." He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while. He ran towards his parents. We know that the boy is very full of excitement and full of lively, vigorous energy. That is why he is running here and there, sometimes in front of his parents, and sometimes he was lagging behind of his parents, being attracted by the different types of the insects and different types of the natural sceneries. However, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Then he saw some insects and worms which were coming to the footpath during the winter season because of the cold wind. They were coming to enjoy the sunshine, the heat of the sun. Come, child, come, his parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. After walking for a few minutes or few hours, they wanted to take a rest. So they seated beside the edge of a well, but the boy was not sitting, he was running, circling around the well. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove. Forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. During the spring season, we know that the deciduous trees generally sets the leaves and flowers. The flowers petals was showering like the showers, and the little boy was enjoying and was catching and gathering the petals on his hand. But lo, he heard the cooing doves and ran towards his parents. Suddenly, he heard a different type of the sound. It was actually the sound of the dove, a type of bird, shouting the dove, the dove. The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Suddenly, being attracted by the cooing of the dove, he left all the petals, flower petals, we see gathered on his hand, palm. He left all the things and he went running to see the dove, the bird dove. Come, child, come, they called to the child who had now gone running in wild capers around the banyan tree, and gathering him, they took the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. Come, child, come. His parents were calling him, "Come, child, come." They called the child. Now they are running in the wild capers around the banyan tree. Banyan tree, and there is some type of the bushes. There is some type of the bushes. They were circling, walking, circling this banyan tree. Then the winding footpath. Winding means full of wind. Gentle breeze was blowing with high speed and led to the fair through the mustard field. Then this road leads them to the fair through the mustard fields. Okay. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs. As they neared the village, when they are near the village, then the little boy would see that from different sides, different footpaths are converged to this place, and lots of people are coming from different sides was converged in a type of whirling of the fair. Whirling is the motion of the water. Generally, during the flood time, we see that there is some type of whirling. It's a type of rotation, which is very powerful, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. Now he was entering into the world, it means entering into the fairground. It was very confusing to them. Why confusing? Because there are lots of people entering from different sides, and thousands of unknown people were gathering there. Thousands of unknown people were roaming here and there. The boy was so much confused because he was a little boy and he had not seen much fear in his lifetime, in his till date. I mean, in his childhood, might be. Okay, a sweetmeat seller, a sweet seller, gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi. So in the fair, a sweet seller was selling gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi. He was hawking in a sound, crying in a, I mean, uttering the word. Ow, gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi. These are the sweets being sold there. At the corner of the entrance, and a crowd pressed around his counter at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets. Suddenly, the boy reached near the shop and he saw that there are lots of different colored sweets were arranged and decorated in a very, there might be some glass doors or glass decorations. Okay. Nowadays, we see the sweetmeat shops generally decorate the sweets and it is covered up with the transparent things like the glass, which is very attractive. In the fair, might be there was the same thing happened to the boy with leaves of silver and gold. So the sweets, the pile of sweets were decorated with silver and gold leaves. I mean, silvery color and golden color of the leaves. The child stared open-eyed, his mouth watered for the burfi. Burfi was his favorite food. So after seeing the sweet burfi, his mouth watered, and he said, "I want that burfi." So he murmured. So he slowly murmured. Murmured means to speak in a very low sound, generally in the mind. But he half knew as he begged that his plea would not be heeded because his parents would say he was greedy. The boy knew that his parents will not be able to give him the sweet. If he said this type of his intention to his parents, then his parents would say that you are too greedy. You are too old enough to eat the sweets. Actually, his parents were bound to say this because they are very poor and they are not able to buy the sweets. They don't have enough money. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. The boy knew that his parents would deny his request. As a result, he didn't stop and moved forward. A flower seller hawked a garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar. Flower seller. He was saying, he was selling the garland of gulmohar. Gulmohar is the name of a flower, name of a tree and a flower, which is generally yellowish in color. The child seemed irresistibly drawn. The color of the gulmohar, the scent, and the garland is very attractive to the boy. The child was very attractive to this garland of gulmohar and he wanted to have one of them. His desire were irresistible. Irresistible means which cannot be controlled. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped and half murmured. He went to the flower basket where this flower, I mean this gulmohar flower was heaped and he half murmured, I want that garland. But he well knew his parents would refuse to buy him those flowers because they would say that they were cheap. The boy knew that, the child knew that his parents will not give him the garland because they would say that this garland is very cheap. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. In this story, we will find out that the poverty the condition of independence period. During the independence era of our country, normally most of the people who are belonging to the below the poverty line, they don't have enough food to eat 2 times a day. So buying something like toys, sweets, gulmohor, flowers, etc., balloons, it was a sign of luxury to them, and they generally don't have enough money to have the luxury. A man stood holding a pole with yellow, red, green, and purple balloons flying from it. Suddenly, he saw another thing where a man was standing selling different colored type of the balloons, like yellow colored, red, green, and purple balloons. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken colors, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. The color of all the types of these balloons were very attractive to the boy. The boy wanted to possess not only a single color but to possess all the balloons. It was the desire of the child. But he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. He did not say his intention to his parents because he knew that his parents will never give him. Instead, they would say that he was too old enough to buy to play with this such type of the toy balloon. Okay. A snake charmer stood playing a flute to a snake which coiled in a basket. A snake charmer is playing the flute, and the snake was dancing in the rhythm of this flute. Its head raised like a graceful bend, like the neck of a swan. As the neck of the swan is very long and it generally bends like the English alphabet U, while the music stole into his invisible ears like the gentle rippling of an invisible waterfall. So, in the ear of this snake, the sound of this flute was like the invisible waterfall. It means that there was no ear on the head of the snake, yet the sound of this flute entered into its head through the ears, and the snake was swaying itself through the different tunes of the flute. The child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded further. So the boy, the child, left the place, not standing there for few minutes, more than few minutes, because his parents would say that the music of the flute is very high and very harsh, which is not good for the ear of a child. Okay. There was a roundabout in full swing. Suddenly he saw a merry-go-round. Merry-go-round is going in a full speed. Men, women, and children carried away in whirling motion. Men, women, and children, they were being carried away in the whirling motion in the roundabout, in the merry-go-round, shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. So those persons, men, women, and children, they were enjoying the ride. The child watched them intently and then made a bold request. The boy also saw this thing, the merry-go-round, the rotation of the merry-go-round, and the enjoyment of the people were, and he wanted to have a ride. I want to go on the roundabout, please, father, mother. So he requested boldly this time to his parents, that parents, father, mother, I want to have a ride. In this video, up to these 3 pages, the next part, part 2 of this series, you will find out the next part, the rest portion of the lost child. Please do subscribe my channel and comment how much do you like this video and what do you want in the future. Kindly comment, and again do subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you very much.